Sorry about the false start before. I had a bit of a thing I ended up having to do. But I'm back now. Okay. Weird. Weird. Is it working? There we are. Alright, well. Let's inflict terrible ads on people while we can. Okay. All right. Okay. Pardon me. I hope that's the correct one. Okay. Well. All right. Fuck it, I'm bored. Sorry, guys. All right. So I've got to close 15 windows, which hopefully you can't see. I live in fear of people figuring out what kind of terrible things I'm reading. All right. All right. Yes. Okay. All right. So last time I finished the first in the Aribeth's Revival series of fan module sequels to the original campaign, The Wailing Death. I had a slight issue exporting it, which was a bit of a problem, but I did go back through and I figured out how to do it. And happily, I was able to export Aribeth herself too, which means she should still have that very nice cape I gave her, and the other nice things that I forgot to collect from her. Well, I mean, there's no nice way to strip your girlfriend, you know? Well, that might not entirely be true. Alright, so there are a few more in the series. There is an interlude, which is listed here as Aribeth's Revival 2, but it's actually an interlude. You might wonder what the CEP means. That has to do with fan-created content. There is a whole lot of stuff that the fan community has done as a collaborative project, and this includes things like modules and placeables and all stuff to make things look pretty and spiffy and all that. And it's kind of a communal resource, so this means that these modules use that communal resource. It's a big download, but once you have it, it works for a whole bunch of modules, so, you know, it's kind of nice. Anyway, I will stop stalling. Now, into my pre-made set, I have my original starting character. We're not using him, obviously. I have the character as has been extracted from the end of the Wailing Death. Not using him. I have the character as the alpha timeline character at the end of the Wailing Death that started the module. And I have the depressingly low 5th level character that ended the first Aribeth's module. It's part of this storyline. It's not bad. It's just, you know, I do miss my strength. I miss Cleave. Oh, let me tell you how much I miss Cleave. But maybe I'll get it back soon. Okay. I don't know who any of these people are. Oh, that was someone that I was told I could meet in the other module that I never did, I think. Okay. Weird. Why am I naked? That's not a question Steven asks himself very often. Not because he's not naked, but usually knows why. And now I've zoomed in to the point where I can't actually zoom out. What the hell? This is awkward. Can I please zoom out? Or is this like a weird technical issue? Hold on. I might reload, because I can't just stare at the back of... Well, I could, but it just sounds a little weird. Alright, we'll try that again. And I won't zoom in this time. Sorry about that. Sorry if you were terribly enamored with the tattoo on my character's back. And we'll try this again. What the fuck? Can I please zoom out? This is really, really annoying. There we go, I can. Alright. Can I do anything in here? There are... Start cutscene core city. Start cutscene countryside. Castle and inn. Is this like a debug room? Alright, well, let's talk to this guy. My campaign variable has been stored and found. Poor Sile, hoping to earn a lifetime membership to the Aribeth Fanboy Club. Well, I'm fairly certain he has. Ronin Flame Wielder.
Listen, this is important.
My greetings to you, Redeemer. Your presence here is testimony to your love of our dear Aribeth. Now let me get some rest. Okay. Flame Wielder Creative Consultant.
You tempt the wrath of the fair folk, and that is a terrible thing to risk.
That is an awful line of dialogue. Hey, what's the big idea? Can't you see I'm trying to get some sleep? Yeah, I know the floor isn't your most comfortable of spots. Okay, I'm very confused.
Take a good look around.
I am
I bet
Sega
there's something here.
de Barber, and I am sleepy. Sega joins this troop, a barbarian who heeded the call for heroes and found a cherished companion in Aribeth. Okay.
Not bad at
Ah,
all.
It is I, Overmind Dark Knight, paladin and proud bearer of the armor of Pyros.
To the fight!
We beg you not to give up, to continue on fighting for her protection and her redemption, and always honor the warmth she brings through her loving kindness. May the light of Tyr always shine brightly on Aribeth. This is from one who still sees the light shine in her eyes. Overmind Dark Knight. Okay. I'm a little weirded out by this. Okay. Am I supposed to...
Help!
Okay, here we go.
Attack! What? Oh, 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 oh.
Hello again. If
Well, you don't look like...
What?
Oh, never mind.
Okay, if you want to start the intro scene, then head out the door behind me. Okay. Whoa, that wasn't what I expected. Okay. I am utterly confused. I was honestly thinking that was going to do something else. Okay. Alright, I don't understand. Okay, we're going to try this one more time. I will do what he said and head out the door behind him. I think I'm going to ignore the weird sleeping people. I don't know. Don't know what to think about this. The descriptions of this mod indicated that there was going to be an actual story part, so I assume this is just like the intro. But I feel like it kind of disrupts the plot. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to go this way.
Oh, someone give me a hand. This is too much to carry.
What the hell was I given? Alright. Maybe I can just quickly shove all my crap in a bag of holding. Not that bag of holding. Not that bag of holding. Shit. Do I have a bag of holding I can shove all my crap into? No. Downside, I am a terrible packer. Alright, here we go. If I put it all together, maybe I won't lose it. Alright, whatever. Okay. Alright, anyway. Alright. Here we go. I'm in the city core. It was the first week of the 11th month, Uktar, in the year of wild magic, Dale Reckoning 1372. In years past, the onset of Uktar triggered a stirring throughout the city of Neverwinter as citizens prepared for the coming Feast of the Moon. I'll have to make sure I speak fast. Long after the Toral Sun travels beyond the horizons, legendary tales of the honored dead and cherished ancestors will have been shared. For the first time in long memory, there's an eerie, quiet stillness hovering over the city streets on this cool Uktar evening. There's little desire to gather in celebration to honor the dead, alas. The city is still counting the dead, burying the corpses, and mourning their passing. I do like this. The year of wild magic is nearing its end. The winter solstice is soon approaching. In a city named Neverwinter, the snow begins to fall lightly, while citizens huddle in for the night. Some have sat down to pen correspondence to loved ones. Dear brother, I'm doing well, and wonders never cease. I have the good fortune to be working with Sari, Naktent here in Castle Never. Gosh, it's vibrating. Body Knock, sorry to interrupt you, but you need to come quickly. I need your assistance down in the Sourcestone's cavern. Yeah, I'm Sari. I'm at your disposal. I cannot talk today. Sorry. Yeah, it is vibrating. Something awful. Oh well. Oh, Dalen, Good, I see you were able to find a healer. We were lucky to come away with only a few scrapes. It is good to see you well. Thank you, Colin. I was fortunate to bump into Nele and Linu as they were returning to the Hall of Justice. They had a few spare healing potions. Dalen, I wouldn't have made it back here without your protection. You have my deepest gratitude. It is my honor to serve Neverwinter, Colin. Thank you. Don't forget, your sleep spell made it a little easier for me to handle the situation. Aw. They're a good set of partners. working on her lyrics. The armies of the Old One, brutal and savage, yet the heart of Neverwinter they could not ravage. Oh, God. That's not good. Here we are, Miss Sherwin. Got your glass of spiced apple cider right here, nice and warm, and a bit of bread to boot. I hope her lyrics are better than that. Oh, that was quick. Thanks a bunch, cutie pie. Aw, now don't make me blush. Hey, Sherwin, did you see outside? It's snowing, would you believe it? Makes me wish I were back home in Calimshan. I'm sure glad I got me a warm room here in the castle. Snowing? I don't think I can remember seeing it snow in mid-autumn and Neverwinter. Well, now why don't you go take a seat on the bed? I'm ready to practice my song. Righto, Sherwin. Hope you'll take a request. I know this lovely little ditty about a halfling lass from Calimport named Mary. Ah, I love that tune. Tommy's banking time with the bard. Can't say I disapprove. Lena's writing. Oh, I so miss Everesca. Once I feel it is safe to travel, I hope to return to the Temple of Sainin. I miss you all. Ah, there you are, Lena. Well, then, we sure had a fruitful day, didn't we? It sure feels good to know we can make a difference in people's lives. Aye, indeed it does, Nellie dear. I have almost finished writing this letter to my home in Everesca. Goodness. I would like to give it to Aaron before we head back to your home for the evening. He'll send it on its way. I wonder if this is an enhanced edition issue. Everesca, I can't tell you how many wonderful tales I've heard of elven cities. It sounds like a magical place. Well, once we get back to your house, I would love to tell you even more wonderful tales of my birthplace. It might help relieve my homesickness. Oh, a bedtime story on a snowy night from one of Everesca's very own elves. How marvelous. It's a deal. Gosh, the Nasher's personal logbook. This fair city has been spared the onslaught of Mard's terror, but I'm still uneasy. Ah, fuck. Pardon me, my liege. I've just heard word that there has been confirmation. Grr, may I ask if you're only here to inform me about the falling snow? Please, Aaron, drop the formalities. I don't like this vibration. I think it's an enhanced edition issue, though. Is it snowing? I didn't know. And they call me the Spy Master. No, it is as we feared. Everesca has suffered tragic losses at the hands of the Faerun. So we're not the only city on the brink. We've been under quarantine for much of the year. One can only wonder what catastrophic events have occurred elsewhere in Faerun. There's more, Lord Nasher. The murmurings about Bane's rebirth are apparently true. Bane returned to the lands this past winter night. This does not bode well, though I suppose he is relatively weak. Bane? During the first month of the year? The Gentirum will be poking their filthy snouts in the air, and I'm sure we'll be in their sights. Who's next? Baal? Merkel? Merkel? Baal? Ah, the aftermath of the Baalspawn struggle still lingers in the south. Perhaps Merkel will be next to rise from the grave. I want to send you on your way with a bit of good news, Aaron. We've managed to secure a nearby quarry on the edges of Mount Hoth now. It will help speed up the rebuilding process. Ah, fuck, I missed that. Ah, that is good news. And Lord Nasher, I know the citizens will feel wary of Aribeth, but both she and Steve and Linus represent a dim... Ah, fucking hell, I can't read it fast enough, I'm sorry. I agree. I've doubted many things over the past month. I have even questioned my own actions, but for them I have no doubts. Josh and I have a meeting planned with some contacts, and I intend to set up before dawn. We'll stop at the inn to meet them, and we'll escort them both to his cabin. Oh, goodness. Blech. Hello, Starbreeze! It is the first week of Uktar, the month known as the Rotting. It was a year that began with the onset of the Wailing Death. I'm trying to keep up with this, and I'm failing. A devastating plague that is monitored within the desecrated grounds of the vanquished Helm's Hold. Blah. Fucking hell. Oh, look, Laws, there's an inn. We must be nearing Neverwinter. Let's see if we can get a room for the night. Hey, babe. Indeed. We're not too far from Helmshold, but I need to rest. We'll be able to set out for the hold before sunrise. If I missed that dialogue, I'm sorry. My cat was distracting. It was a year that brought pain, suffering, and loss. A year where ancient evils returned to the land. A year where faith was challenged, strongholds fell, city walls crumbled, and hope seemed lost. This is an interlude. And I didn't even catch that last bit of dialogue. There they are, looking idiotic. It was a year for heroes to emerge and prevail, and to rest. That is a giant bed. Aribeth the Tilmarand, slight typo there, and Stephen Linus, Alpha, have been sleeping for over an hour, and during that time, the cool night breezes have blown in from the trackless sea. Lilith Hobo, hello! Aribeth awakens as she begins to shiver from the cold. She rubs the fog from her eyes and notices that you are still asleep. At least one of us is impervious to the cold. I need to find more blankets. Now, I think I remember seeing some extra blankets in a closet. Let me put on a robe. Yeah, I should hope so. I mean... Well, here we are. Here's the door to your room right here. Ah, the other couple. Ah, perfect. We'll be on our way to Helmshold before dawn. Thank you kindly, Inanna. Well, probably a good thing we didn't end up banging. We'd have made noise. Yeah, she could have poked someone's eye out with those, yes, definitely. Ah, at last I can rest my weary feet. Come, Lars, let's get settled in. If I missed a line of dialogue, I apologize. I'll bring you some extra blankets. It's getting chilly. Yeah, we don't get extra blankets, huh? I see how it is, Inanna. I see how it is. Oh, Inanna, you startled me. Oh, good. Yeah, I'm giving you more. Oh, dear me, Aribeth, I'm sorry. I just had some unexpected travelers, and I needed to get them some blankets. Oh, I hope they're not all gone. The blankets, I mean. Stay right there. I'll grab you a few more. There's plenty to go around. Yes, yes, yes. Come. You're so cute. Okay. Here you go. This should keep you plenty warm. Now go get some rest. Oh, thank you for that up loincloth shot, game. Goodness. The muffled conversations were enough to cause you to stir, and you soon realize Aribeth is not in the room. Aribeth? You reach the open door and see Aribeth outside the room speaking with Inanna. You see that she is holding some blankets. Of course, my viewers went up as soon as I got a up loincloth shot. Met. Despite the fact, Aribeth NPC de Tilmarand. Despite the fact that you're half asleep, you spot Aribeth outside the room, and you wonder if you should make sure everything's fine. Alright. Do I want to pounce on her? I feel like the poor woman's probably got some level of post-traumatic stress disorder. So I'm probably just going to say hello. I mean, pouncing is fun, well and good, but, you know, I think that's a bad idea. We're warriors. It's just... Oh, Stephen, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to wake you. I was starting to feel chilly, and I wanted to get us more blankets. Oh, good. I hope I wasn't hogging the blanket. Oh, no, you weren't hogging the blanket. If you were, I think I'd give you a poke in the nose. But you might want to put on some socks. Your toes were like ice cubes. Oh, okay. Well, maybe if you hadn't wrapped the end of the blanket around your feet, my feet would have been nice, warm, and toasty, too. Heh, guilty as charged. Help me with these, and I'll let you keep a corner of the blanket for your feet, too. She walks closer to you and surprises you with a kiss, and then hands you corners of a blanket. I help Aribeth spread the blankets over the mattress. Aribeth, I heard some people talking. What's going on? Oh, Nana told me that there are 2 servants of Helm in the next room. They've been traveling from the House Invincible. The House Invincible? What the hell is that? From Silvery Moon. It's a temple of Helm. I wonder if they know what happened to the hold. They must? I'm not sure. I suppose they have. Let's not speak too loudly. They must be really tired. I wouldn't want to disturb them. It was a bit of relief to realize that you weren't roused by a giant bedbug. Oh, don't worry, Stephen. If there were bedbugs, I'd be sure to wake you. And if the monster beneath our bed ever decides to appear, I'll be sure to scream loud enough to rouse you from your pleasant dreaming. Together, we tidy up the bed and nestle closely together under the several layers of blankets. Let's get some rest. I think we're going to need it. Indeed. We should rest for all of our tomorrows, Stephen. And I still haven't told you yet, but I had a dream about you. Was I waiting in the Calamshanian? It's still Calamshite, but that's okay. A dream about me? Why, sure. We were in Castle Never, talking to Sierra, and he mentioned something about some sort of blueprint for this contraption of his. Siri? Blueprint? You mean from the massage device? Yeah, let's do that. No, that wasn't it. And then for some reason Lord Nasher came by and he was this big talking turnip. Well, I couldn't help but break into uncontrollable laughter, and then Aaron came by to see what the ruckus. Don't tell me, he was a turnip too. Well, no, he was a pumpkin, and then you began to tap dance. Anyway, it was a very strange dream. I think I must have had too much wine, don't you think? Now, wait a minute. You said I was tap dancing. If it was the wine, then I think I'm afraid to fall back asleep. I don't know what type of dream I might have. You're 18. You're probably going to dream about sex. Let's be honest here. I should have aged him up, but I had him at the default age. So, dude's thinking of banging. Well, it's not lost. For some reason, we decided to leave the walking, talking vegetables, and we headed out into the city core. Mind you, it was a bit strange as you continued to do this odd little jig. Oh, really? What can I say? I guess you make me feel like dancing, Aribeth. Wolfgard Mithrilfist. Hello! Is this module good? I'm in the interlude module, so it's a little... It's kind of just setting the scene, I guess, between part 1 and part 2. I actually did enjoy part 1 pretty well, though. It wasn't 100... It wasn't... I guess... I'm not a very romantically inclined person, so I think it's not something I'd be inclined to play again anytime soon. But I think it does what it's set out to do. So it's like if you're looking for an epilogue to the Wailing Death campaign that gives you some romantic developments with Aribeth. And wait a second, are there 2 of me now? What the? Okay, this is interesting. I'm apparently gonna have... that is an interesting glitch. Aribeth has turned into me. I don't know when that happened. I just looked back at my screen and she turned into me. I mean, look, I think Steven would be on board with this, but it's definitely new. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, this mod was made back in like 2004, and as far as I know, Porcile hasn't really been back to fix it since then, and that's okay. People move on with life, but I think maybe the enhanced edition, it doesn't really work so well with this. Maybe 2008. I'd have to check the vault again to see when the last one was updated. The first module didn't have a lot of bugs that I saw. A couple of freezing in places, but was otherwise fine. This is new. This is very entertaining. Yeah, self-cessed is a thing apparently. Yep. But I did. I thought the romantic development was pretty good. There were a lot of like dialogue interruptions, which I thought progressed the relationship well, but kind of messed with the flow of the story a little. But we'll see. I mean, anyway, like I said, this is the interlude, so we'll see how it goes. Okay. I'm not sure what you were doing could be called dancing, Steven, and I still don't know why I look like you now, but okay. Well, now we're out of the city. I feel everyone's staring at me, and I feel so small. Please don't tell me I started shrinking as well. She's telling me about her dream, by the way. Snicker. Oh no, on the contrary, I wrapped my arms with the oars, and you became bigger and stronger, and I felt so at peace by your side. Then I woke up. Aribeth has begun to feel more drowsy. She lets out a big yawn. Oh, excuse me, I'm so sleepy. Oh, look, I forgot to snuff out the candles. Ah, shoot, I'll go take care of it. Tap Disney's turnips. Sheesh. You both share another good laugh. I extinguish the candles and head back to sleep with myself. This is yeah, this interlude is very glitchy. It's all cutscenes for the most part. What's happening now? I don't know what is happening. There's a signpost? Information post. Okay. This chest is a place where Aribeth will place all of her items from Aribeth's revival. If you have stored her character in the first module, then this will contain her gear. Okay, check chest. Well, I can't seem to fix my camera. I can't see a fucking thing. And, okay, there we go. Alright, there's Anana, there's the storage chest. Let's check the storage chest then. Yep, that looks like all the stuff. Am I supposed to... What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to grab this stuff so that she has it for next time? Or am I just checking that it's there? It might work better on the Diamond Edition, I suspect. But in for a penny, in for a pound. Come on, let me read the fucking thing again. Another Hema runestone, which I've got. Not sure what I'm supposed to do. Okay, let's go back to the information post. I'm very confused. Do I still look like... There are 2 of me over there. Okay. Clearly I have broken this, this module. 3 of me. Okay, so this is gonna be a fucking, orgy, huh? You know, I feel like Steven would go for it. Alright, so... What am I doing? I don't know. I do not know what the hell I'm doing. I know. Steven's not a bad-looking chap. All things considered. Alright. God damn it. What the fuck? Alright. Yeah. The first one spoiled me. It was not very buggy at all. This is, buggy. Alright, let's just start. I checked the chest. Maybe I don't have to do anything with it. Because I checked it. And I'll start the actual Aribeth's revival, too. This was kind of a pointless interlude, to be honest with you. Going through the streets and seeing where my companions ended up, that was pretty fun. But, this was pretty funny. But it did kind of spoil the mood. Alright. Let's start. 2. Are you sure? You need to have the module in your module folder, else it'll crash. You're not going to recognize it in the module folder because the pipeline's different, I suspect. But let's crash anyway. Oh no. Maybe it'll take me there after all. Probably somewhere. not of the interlude. But this interlude's really short, too. Oh. Okay. I'm in the dream zone. Oh, not these fuckers again. Alright. Okay. So I guess I'm in the proper mod now? Let's see what they have to say. I guess I'll talk to Postile first.
Psst. Hey.
Yeah, something
we need
like
to
that.
talk.
Oh. Yes, I was heading that way. Thank you, Stephen. My character is not very helpful.
You must listen to what I have to say.
Welcome, Stephen. This small area will help prepare the sequel to begin smoothly. Fair enough. It will help me determine if you have entered from the previous module, or if you have started fresh. Okay, I can be rude for no reason, or I'll just say okay.
Travel well.
If you have stored Aribeth's character from the previous module, then her gear will be placed in a storage chest in the inn closet. Remove any inventory items that you wouldn't wear for bed. I will do it for you when you near the door. Okay. To get started on the sequel, just walk through the door and it shall begin. Okay. Make sure you don't snicker when I'm running around in my loincloth. Got it. I am definitely in a loincloth. They do. They do all look good. I am, however, naked. It's okay, though. I'm often naked in this game. There's a new edition as of the 1st of September 2006. I was wrong. It was 2006. I need to store Aribeth's character near the end of the module so I can retrieve her for any continuing module that might eventually be completed. Okay, and I should know that I can access a henchman's inventory by starting a dialogue and choosing the dialogue option. Only my first henchman will have the radio menu open inventory option. Okay, so multiple henchmen. Nice. Check the chest behind me to find a cutscene invisibility item. There's a slim chance your PC will be ghosted after viewing a cutscene. Use the item and it should return you to normal. Okay. And I also have a save game on hand to run into a module slapping bug. If a dialogue ends too soon, or if I get stuck somewhere, I can just reload and try a different way. Alright, common sense, but okay. Remember that cutscenes might not work properly if you are hasted or in detect mode. Do you want the dialogue skipping options to be available? No. Okay.
You must listen to what I have to say.
Oh, okay. This is just the same shit. Alright. I'm not going to read that again. No. Alright. Do these idiots have something to say?
Greetings of the fair folk to you.
No.
My greetings to you.
My greetings to you, Redeemer. Your presence here is testimony of your love for our dear Aribeth. Are we just planning an orgy or something? Because I feel like we probably should ask her before we, like, propose a gangbang. I think it's a little early in our relationship, to be honest with you. Where are you? What is this place? A servant of the light, a guardian spirit of sorts. This is but a dream, Redeemer. Rest, for Aribeth still has a great task ahead of her, and she will need your help. A task? Aye, Redeemer. Aribeth will seek penance to atone for her treason. So, oh, okay. I was actually wondering, because that kind of got tabled in the first module, and so it's good to see that it's going to continue. Some perilous quest worthy of her skill and justice, or dedication to justice and tear. Why bother? Some people will hate her no matter what she does. Though you may know in your heart that she is innocent, others may not share your conviction, Paladin, including Aribeth herself. Forgiveness may be granted by others, but redemption is only achieved within. Well, that is deep.
Goodbye.
And achieve it she will, with a wise companion to guide her steps. Farewell, Redeemer. I'm sure we will meet again soon. I hope not. Overmind Dark Knight. What do you have to
There's
say?
something to say here.
It is I, Overmind Dark Knight, Paladin and proud bearer of the armor of Pyros. We, the Paladins of Neverwinter, and to all the warriors who see the light of tear shine ever so brightly in Aribeth's eyes. Yeah?
To the fight!
Alright. We beg you not to give up, to continue on fighting for her protection and her redemption, and always honor the warmth she brings through her loving kindness. May the light of tear always shine brightly on Aribeth. This is one who still sees the light shine in her eyes. Overmind Dark Knight. Okay. Sigurd le Barbar. Welcome, lad. I am Sigurd le Barbar. Where am I? What is this place? The strength of your feelings towards Aribeth brought you here. You might consider it a dream. And what am I supposed to do? Search within your heart. You've accomplished great things, yet your journey has just begun. Well, what do you mean? Long is the time and hard is the road. Aribeth needs you more than ever. I see. You must stay true to your heart. Never let anyone undermine you or tell you what you should think. You have it all within yourself. Okay. Thank you. Where's Aribeth? In this place, she's everywhere, especially in the heart of each of us. Oh, God. Okay. Alright, I'll stop being snarky. Alright, there's her stuff. Her other stuff. Some more stuff. Something in here I'm supposed to get, huh? Alright. Am I supposed to, like, keep these or save these in here? Okay. This is not the same stuff she had before, I think. But that's okay. Whatever. I'm not going to worry about it.
You must listen to what I have to say.
Alright, hold on. I just want
Travel
to
well.
see. Okay. Sorry, just reading this thing again to make sure there's nothing I missed. Okay. Now, which door the fuck am I going in? Can I go this way? Probably not.
Psst. Hey, we need to talk.
I just talked to you. Go away. Alright. Fine.
Psst. Hey, we need
Alright.
to talk.
You must listen to what I have to say.
It's the same dialogue.
Travel
No,
well.
we're not doing this again. No. Go away. No. Alright. Alright, so let's get back to the actual story, which has been pretty decent so far.
Blessed light! This is a fine thing!
Okay. Okay. Credit's so nice. Alright, where the hell am I leaving? Now. I've been spun around too much. Okay, I think I'm going there. Alright, fine. Oh, that's the problem. Okay, that's why I was walking slow. Alright. In room. On a comfy bed, inside a quaint inn along the high road just outside Neverwinter proper. We are sleeping like idiots. The cool night breezes, common during the month of Uktar, can be heard whistling and swirling outside the window. Oblivious to the night chill, we find our heroes resting deeply. I like the up-loincloth shot. I think that's not intended. The bodies snuggle closely together beneath the blanket, provide warmth to their cozy something or other. The weight of their bodies sinks them deeper into the feathered mattress, enfolding them, sheltering them from the cold. They have been sleeping soundly for hours until a calling crow startled Aribeth. Once roused from sleep, Aribeth feels as wide awake as ever. She can't remember a more rejuvenating rest. She rolls over to face you and notices you are sound asleep. She smiles and carefully slinks out of bed. We almost banged yesterday. My dear champion, how he needs this rest. Oh God, look how undignified I look. Also, don't think I didn't see you taking a peek up the loincloth, woman. I hope I can prepare my mother's recipe before he wakens. I gotta clean my computer screen. That's what's standing out to me. Still groggy-eyed in the early morning, the two Helmites are surprised to see a strange figure outside their door. Stand your ground, elf. What are you doing here? Pray tell, you're no thief. Aribeth is startled by the defensive Helmites. Oh, my. Please excuse me for giving you such a start. She turns and motions into your room. My companion and I spent the evening in the other room. The woman leans over to whisper into the man's ear. We've encountered several elves along our journey from Silvery Moon. It's terrible what's happening out east in Nevereska. You wouldn't happen to be one of the refugees? Refugees? Do you mean from Neverwinter? I don't think my companion and I would qualify as refugees. You mentioned Evereska. What's happened? The mod does have its humorous moments, I think, Starbreeze. I agree with you. At least I'm not orgying with myself again. What? So you don't know? I'm sorry, I assumed you must have heard. Word is that a magical shard was accidentally fractured in some ancient tomb. It allowed ancient creatures known as the Faerun to escape into the realms, and they have fully assaulted Evereska. Aribeth stares blankly ahead and holds her hands over her heart. Unbelievable. It can't be. It can't be true, can it? Surely they must have been able to withstand such an attack. We don't know many details. We only heard bits and pieces, and it sounds like there has been extensive damage and loss of life. If I may ask, are you from Evereska? No. I was born in a nearby village, but still, the splendor of Evereska reaches across the land to all elves. It is terrible news. Aribeth's thoughts turn to Linu. I'm sorry to be the bearer of such sorrowful words, young lady. I hope you understand our need for caution. May I ask who you are? Let's go with the first one. Aribeth focused her attention back to Neverwinter and the events at the Hold. Well, I can tell you that I know you're both Helmites, and my companion and I are very sorry about what happened at the Hold. Oh, so you are no unknowing peasant. Well, it's true, we are servants of the Vigilant One. You must well know the fate of Helm's Hold. I don't know if I like that I can pick her dialogue. Feels unimmersive. Okay. Aribeth nods her head slowly. The false Helmites, how could they have overtaken the Hold with nary a soul the wiser? That would be one reason for our cautiousness. We don't really know what occurred, but we do have leads. You see, whoever was responsible really did not want anyone to escape. I mean, we kind of know, I thought. Okay, well anyway. I've heard the reports. A voidal creature was summoned to defeat the guardians of the Hold, a spirit that called itself Keonan. What else have you heard? There was one surviving Helmite, the Watch Knight Dumal, and some of the work staff. Well, you do know much, young lady, but not all. You see, the operation was much like clockwork. Gears cranking gears, cranking gears. Gears cranking gears? I'm sure you're right, but just how many gears were involved? You don't think it was solely Morag and Mogrim's efforts that supplied Desther? Well, we do know that Desther and the false Helmites had ties to Mogrim and Morag, but we have reason to believe that there were other spheres of influence that participated in the usurping of Helm's Hold. We haven't figured out the exact nature of these false Helmites. and considered Destler's attempts to retaliate against Morag through the use of strong necromantic powers. Aribeth says, "Listen to this. There was a snake cult that spawned in a city district in Neverwinter, in the Beggar's Nest. There's the belief that it too had ties to this old one. Thing is, it had acquired elemental powers from an altar of Cyric." Interesting. What became of this cult? Well, the leader of the cult was a resourceful Yuan-Ti that escaped upon arrival from Waterdeep. She was sent by Calvin Blackstaff himself. Someone had knowledge of her arrival, and she was freed during a surprise attack. Surprise attack? Go on. This lone Yuan-Ti easily ousted a Cyric priest from his role as leader of a ragtag cult of downtrodden citizens. She rapidly amassed an army of undead using this altar that he created. Perhaps Distler had his hand in this effort, or perhaps he learned the arcane knowledge from this priest of Cyric. So Destler was a part of a reconnaissance crew, then he might have shrewdly uncovered the methods to raise an army? Or he may have been directly involved with this Yuan-Ti. Too many unanswered questions. You have much knowledge of these events. The Watch Knight you mentioned, Dumal, the poor soul was assassinated on his way to a briefing in Neverwinter. Oh, I didn't know. I'm so sorry. Only a few of our Helmite brethren managed to escape the surprise attack. Some fled towards Neverwinter, or Waterdeep. Along the major roadways, they never had a chance. You mean you mean the enemy had ranks on the outside? Aye, I imagine it was a highly coordinated effort. Only one group of fleeing Helmites decided to brave the breadth of Neverwinter Wood. Of the group, only one made it out to the Keep of Vigilance in Everland. We are here to follow up his curious reports. Okay. Oh, that's true. Keep of Vigilance? Didn't you say you were from the House Invincible in Silvery Moon? Hi, we were in Everland for one of our regular conferences when the lone survivor arrived on the front steps. Of course, his whereabouts is now a closely guarded secret. He made it alone. Helm must have guided his path. You say his reports were odd? He was truly blessed. What is curious is that he and his companions were in a fight for life against shadowy figures. He couldn't determine their identity, but he assumed they were in rank with the false Helmites, though they did not bear resemblance to the devils. Perhaps they were not in disguise? Did he glimpse their true appearance? Unfortunately, no. But hear this. One by one, his companions fell to this pack of pursuers, and he feared the end. But, out of nowhere, appeared a Deathstalker, in the wood. A servant of Baal murdered all of them, allowing our Helmite brother to escape. A Deathstalker? Here? Are you sure? Perhaps your brother was dazed. I suppose you might be correct, but he is so sure of what he witnessed. He even heard him call out Baal's name. It may have been a trick of the wood, a guardian spirit, for example. Or maybe it was a Deathstalker, a servant of Baal striking down the false Helmites? But the news from Baldur's Gate is that Baal's throne was destroyed. Can his servants still walk the realm? That is another good question, and that is another reason why we're here. Gears, cranking gears, cranking gears. We have to discover what happened when one of the gears was removed, or perhaps began turning in the opposite direction. Well, we're running late. We must be on our way, however it seems you are no ordinary traveler. Should I be honest about myself, really? Or should I keep quiet? I think I'll keep quiet. You're quite right. You say you're heading out for the hold? Yes, we should have left 10 minutes ago. You know where to find us. I'd love to sit down with you and discuss what you know. I feel we have much to share. I agree, we have much to discuss. My companion and I... Now, we'll go. I'll inform my companion of our discussion. I'm sure he will want to seek your company. Alright. Feels weird playing Aribeth. Her mind still filled with sweet memories of the previous evening, Aribeth tiptoes down the stairs and sneaks out the front on a curious morning quest. A deep breath of cool, moist air fills her lungs as she arches her back and greets the misty dawn. She sighs with pleasure at the sight. A perfect morning to forage for fresh herbs. I hope I can find everything I need. There's apple geranium leaves will be the wrapping, and there are some sweet berries back there near the wood. Alright. And there's a evil-looking bird. Here they are. Oh, and I should adorn those graves with decorations of remembrance. Can you do that? Like, can you decorate someone's grave with remembrance if you don't know who they are and thus can't remember them? I think I can fashion some wreaths from these woody vines and some flowers. They are nice. These water lilies will be nice. I do like them. I think he's done a really good job, the module creator. And they're not vibrating or shaking terribly like the ones in the interlude. So whatever he did here, it seems to work pretty well. I'm so sorry.
Hello there.
Welcome Signe. An elderly soldier slowly hobbles towards Aribeth. 1,000 parties, miladies, but is this the road to Neverwinter? Continue.
Greetings and well met.
Startled out of her meditation, Aribeth turns to greet the man. But the cinematic sequences are really nice. I think they're really well done. I agree with you, is what I'm saying. Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, good sir. I was lost in my thoughts, it seems. Yes, the city is just a league north of here. This is where I confess I don't actually know how long a league is. With a sweeping gesture towards the gravestones, a young squire poses a question. These graves are recent. Are these relatives of yours? Let's look at these people. Nothing. And nothing. Okay. No, they were simple commoners killed by Luskin soldiers during the siege. Noticing tears on Aribeth's cheeks. Yet you grieve their passing. Were they friends of yours then? I never had a chance to meet them in life, and now they are dead. Because of me. Don't tell your backstory to random people. They will murder you. How so? People die all the time during wars, as well as peace. What was your fault? I think I'm going to go with the first one, be a little vague. Because my failure to protect them was my sworn duty. Their death is upon my head. Then you weep over your failure. They died before their time. I weep over their suffering, which they did not deserve. Then the fault was your own. Is that why you pay homage to the dead? Homage? Homage? Yeah, whatever. I guess I won't dance around it anymore. I'll go with this. Yes, the failure is mine. I betrayed their trust, and my oath of service as a paladin matters little that I was manipulated. My only hope is that the gods will give me a chance to atone before the end. Perhaps they will heed you and give you that chance, if your heart is true. I bid you farewell, my lady. Come, friends. Only one more league to go, then we can rest. Wait, your friend here is hurt. Here, take the healing potion. Aribeth hands the potion to the ailing man who drinks it. Relatim finishes the potion and gives Aribeth a kindly smile. That was refreshing. I'm afraid this broken body does not travel as well as in my younger days. My feet and back were killing me. Thank you for your answers, milady, and for the potion, too. Morton winks at Aribeth. Let's hope the guards will let us enter the city. My throat is parched and in need of refreshment, too. Farewell. May tear guide your steps. Aribeth is puzzled by the strange conversation, but Okay. The men proceed down the road. Aribeth pauses to reflect on her conversation before returning to the inn. Once settled down, she sets to the task of preparing a morning treat for you and herself. Hello, Toasty. How are you? You missed a very fun glitch in the interlude module in which Aribeth turned into another version of Stephen, and thus things were going to get a little freaky around here. After preparing the ingredients downstairs, she pops one of the sweet confections in her mouth. Just like I remembered. Thank you, Mother. And I am still sleeping like an idiot. Aribeth pauses before entering the room and reflects on the thoughts. I missed that line. Sorry. Look at this man who is sleeping so still. He has done so much. Not only did he save me, he saved Neverwinter. He saved all of Faerun. He's a hero to all of us, and here he is, sleeping like a baby. Stop looking up the loincloth, lady. I cannot believe my eyes when I missed that. He is content to spend his time with me in some roadside inn in the middle of nowhere. I only hope this isn't a dream. I really gotta clean my computer. She giggles at your sudden snore, but is careful not to wake you yet. Look at that. It's like a complete up-the-line cloth shot here. It's not a dignified position. Stealthily, she moves up to the side of the bed and lays the... I don't know. I missed that line. Again. Aribeth delicately places her palm on your right calf, giving it a soft squeeze, and proceeds to massage and tickle your lower leg. Whoa. She whispers softly in a sing-song manner. Oh, Stephen, lioness. Alva. God, that's dumb. Wake up. I have a surprise for you.
Greetings and well met.
Okay. That was fun. Oh yeah. Okay, so what do I want to do? Alright, let's go with the longer one. Aribeth has spent the past 5 minutes lost in thoughts of you. The Helmites and the strangers outside the inn stowed away for a later time. Good morning. Huh? What? Oh, good morning, Aribeth. It's amazing how a bruise can turn into a knot of muscle in just one night. Or I can say, this one. You're finally conscious enough to realize that Aribeth is tending to your lower leg. You wipe the fog from your eyes and greet the morning to the most beautiful sight. Alright, we'll go with that. Well, there's only a slight bruise and swelling, but it's not noticeable. I'll try to unknot the devil. Oh, well. You close your eyes a moment, allowing her to work at the bruise. That feels so good. I hope it isn't terribly bruised. We have to walk back soon, and with this knot and your pebble problem the other day... Aribeth's care begins to take effect as your muscles begin to loosen up. Maybe Anana has some horses. Don't worry too much. The swelling is dissipating nicely. Your leg just about matches your other finely toned appendages. I respond with a chuckle. Why, thank you. I do try to keep them in fine working order. That's what she said. So how long have you been sitting there? I hope I haven't been snoring at you, I guess. It's like, oh no, not at all. I was roused by a crow, and I just felt so refreshed. I gotta stop accidentally kicking that thing. Okay. Sorry. I couldn't fall back to sleep, so I decided to go for a stroll. It is a pleasant morning, not much chill in the air. I frown. Aribeth, are you sure you want to be doing that? It might be dangerous for you two. Hush. I know it was a risk, but I saw no one. And I can't cower behind... You saw like 6 people, lady. And I can't cower behind these doors forever. Besides, I think I have something here that I think you'll enjoy. I made one for myself, and it was delicious. Aribeth reaches out her hand and opens her palm to reveal the tasty morsel. Ew, she's touching my food. Okay. I guess I'll go with the more amorous one, huh? Oh, wow, for me, what do you have there? I reach to grab the morsel, and she catches my hand in her grasp. She places a soft kiss on the back of your hand before allowing you to scoop up the treat and pop it in your mouth. The flavor is striking and sweet as you crush the leaves and squeeze the berries. Oh goodness. Chew it slowly, Stephen. Take your time. Good. You continue to swish the mixture around in your mouth. Or I do, anyway. Okay, I think you're ready now. Oh dear. Alright, well, I've got 3 options here. Aribeth shuffles her knees closer to your waist and places her hand on your shoulders. Catching you by surprise, she leans her head down and begins to nibble at your lip. Oh dear, I might get terms of a service here. Okay, I could be more sleepy than amorous. I can yield to the kiss but be not enthusiastic. I can, without hesitation, reach up my arms to her torso and clench her tightly to my breast, eagerly responding to her romantic invitation. Okay. Or my passions rise. Huh. Well, the character is 18, so I'm going to go with horny. Let's go with the second one. Within a few minutes, Aribeth pauses. How did you like my mother's recipe, Stephen? I cannot help but to smile. I think I would better be able to answer that question after a week or 2 of daily doses, Ari. So now you think it's okay for me to take a morning stroll? Well, I would love to join you on a stroll. And that was a delicious, treat. Thanks. Oh, goodness. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I know I did. My mother used to make them for my father, and I'd go along with her to collect the ingredients. I'm glad I remembered how to make them. That's a great sign. It sounds like your memory is sharp. Yes, it is. Sometimes painfully so. I missed him so much. I bet you do. They sure taught you well. If you're a reflection of your parents, well, they must have been very special. Aribeth lies beside me and snuggles up against my side and coos softly. Stephen, let's talk for a minute. I reach my arm around her shoulders. Oh, I got, I can flirt. I can ask her about the pebble. I can ask her about the weather. I can go, shit, can we spare the time? Or I can actually ask her what she wants to talk about. I'm gonna go with last. Oh, I don't know. I just wanted to talk about things, you know. Like, what do you think of Lord Nasher? Or Aaron? How did you feel about Fenthic, Destler, and Holmeshold? What did you think about me? Wow, I don't know where to start. Hey, wait a minute. I thought you weren't seen out there this morning. What the hell was that sound effect? Okay. Well, what do you want to talk about? That's a whole lot of shit. Okay. Well, you said you met some nice men outside. Are you sure they were nice? I'm pretty sure they were harmless. I walked by some fresh graves and I felt such sorrow. I took a moment to fashion some adornments for the gravestones and knelt to say a prayer. Yeah. A heartfelt gesture. You'll have to show me the gravestones. Or I could let her have some privacy, dude. I will. Anyway, as I was praying, 3 elderly men came up to me and asked me about the recently buried. They didn't think you were a gravedigger, did they? Oh no, they were just curious about the deceased and asked if I knew the dead. They went on their way to Neverwinter. Funny, but our conversation gave me some clarity. Oh my god, I keep tripping over my tongue. Yes, I suppose you might say they helped me bring my sorrow into focus. Ah! It was a serendipitous encounter. Let's see. Be dumb or amorous? I wish I could be dumb and amorous, you know? Serendipitous encounters. Just like the day I walked into the graduation ceremony and our eyes met. I think Stephen's capable of remarkable feats when he's horny, so let's go with the second. Serendipitous. She smiles broadly. So they went on their merry way, and I finished up making your morning treat. I spoke with Anana, and she said she'd scrounge up some breakfast if we'd like a meal before heading back. I give Aribeth a soft squeeze. Okay. Let's talk some more. Actually, I need some fucking caffeine, I think. Alright. Alright, let's see. What about your dreams last night? Did you have any more visions of dancing legumes? How do you pronounce that word? I don't know, I know it means beans, but... or tubers. I did not have any such dream. They were dancing gourds and roots. She gestures with her hands, mimicking the dancing vegetables. A dream of dancing turnip sheep. I still can't picture it. Hey, you think you might have some gnomish blood in you? Now this is where, if I were a gnome, I would get to say, want some? But sadly, no. Oh, I doubt it. You know what it is. You must have gotten me so worried about my armor transforming into a suit of turnips. Surely you must have had one of those dreams where you walk into an important setting and you're only wearing your undies, or even nothing at all. I'm a sans pantaloon lioness. That's basically my life, is walking into places only wearing my underwear. So yes. Oh, the humiliation. I dreamed I walked into the Hall of Justice in just this tiny little outfit that the girls in the Moonstone Mask are often seen wearing. Just a flimsy little top with sequins and matching bottoms. Really? Maybe you could show me what you were wearing someday. In your dreams. So then Olaf runs over and tells me I have to give this important speech to a visiting delegation from Waterdeep. Oh, the horror. Can you believe it? I actually went without hesitation. It was so embarrassing. And now your subconscious fears have now focused on the prospect of having your suit of armor turn into a suit of vegetables. I can see how that might be frightening, especially if you happen to be in a battle with a mighty ogre at the time. It's not like ogres eat vegetables. She might be fine. Oh, how true, but I was more worried that word would spread that Neverwinter's renowned paladin of Tyr fancied walking about in a suit of turnips. You can't imagine how difficult it is for a young elven woman to hold such a position of authority. It is a constant chore to live and work under the constant gaze of scrutiny. Can't imagine. Elves are probably not looked upon with favor in such a highly human-populated city. let alone a young elven. Actually, that's not true from what I understand of the lore of Neverwinter. I thought Neverwinter was like fairly equal elves and humans. But maybe I'm wrong. And, you know, what's true in the mod might not be true in the game world and vice versa. Okay. Thank you for reminding me. Yes, I guess there were many who held me in high regard. However, I should tell you that Lord Nasher advised me to leave my chain mesh at home when I had to travel to the seedier locales in the city. He felt that I would appeal to their senses if I would expose my cleavage. Trite and tacky, but he was right. So you're saying he expected you to try to compete with the local flesh-peddling brothels? Oh, so that's the excuse for the neckline? I guess to a certain degree. I'm sure he gained some respect in their eyes. I can just hear one of them telling Nasher how great he is for assigning the position of paladin of Tyr to this exotic, flesh-bearing elven woman. Okay, now, Aribeth, don't begin for a minute to think that was the reason you were assigned to this job. Your character, conviction, and charismatic expressiveness carry much more weight, as well as their capacity. Remember, oh goodness, ouch. Sorry, just a sec. Remember, everyone has heard about your defeat of the Luskan wizard in Thunder Tree. Your name was revered long before the people saw your face, or cleavage. I know what you say is true, but it doesn't keep me from questioning my actions. What do you mean? Well, under normal conditions, I have no problem with anyone wearing provocative clothing, or even no clothing at all. When I was in the service of Tyr, then I did worry. I worried about shame to my service. I wrestled with my decision to wear that armor without a chain mesh coif covering my shoulders every time. I don't know how I think about this. I mean, look, the boob armor is ridiculous, but are we going to lampshade the boob armor as some sort of choice foisted on her is kind of just as annoying as when you lampshade the boob armor by going, oh no, this is an empowering choice, I'm embracing my right to be a woman, etc. and so forth. It's like both of them are little. Just let the woman wear fucking whatever she wants. Horny men designed her outfit. You don't need to go farther in that. Alright. Did you ever speak to Lord Nasher about this, or an elder in the Hall of Justice? I spoke with Fenthic. You know him. He toed the line. Whatever was decided by others in authority was gospel by him. I didn't think it would have made a difference if I'd spoken to anyone else. Aribeth mimics her potential reply from Lord Nasher. Don't worry about it, Aribeth. Just get their attention, and then we'll all be happy. Who knows, you might get more visitors to the Hall of Justice. Then you could teach them what it means to serve Tyr. Oh, jeez. Basically, you think he'd be saying to get their attention by whatever means and then get their ear? If you ever need to bring this matter up with Lord Nasher, I'll be there to support you. You shouldn't have to be self-conscious about what you decide to wear or not wear. Thank you. You know, maybe this is why I'm having these strange dreams. I've been so self-conscious about the armor I've been wearing lately. Or you might just think I'm so scrumptiously tasty like a boiled turnip. Oh yeah, silly me. I forgot about that possibility. I give Aribeth a soft squeeze, pulling her even closer to my side. This is really cozy. Let's chat some more. Alright, I'm going to pause for a second. I'm going to go get myself some caffeine and maybe run an ad break, since we've been doing this for about an hour. Or I have anyway. You guys might not have, but I don't care. Alright. See you in a bit. Alright. What am I doing now? That. Hello again. Sorry to take so long. Ah, there we go. Alright. So back to this very long conversation while we stand on the bed like barbarians. Okay, you mentioned the Helmites in the other room. Oops. Yes, 2 servants of the Vigilant One, Hania and Laos. They had a lot of new information regarding the hold and some terrible news regarding Everesca. I cleared out Helm's Hold several months ago. Let's see, I freed the Watch Knight Dumal and a boy. I think his name was Johnny. I'd like to hear what the Helmites had to say about the place. They are of the opinion that there was at least one other faction involved in the usurpation of the hold, and they still aren't quite sure what to make of the false Helmites. It wouldn't surprise me. I don't think any of us would have ever suspected that the hold could be covertly overtaken by an army of spies, a third less in number than the Helmites. Morag and Malgrim were powerful, but it does seem more plausible that other forces were mustered. I agree. Destler and the false Helmites weren't old ones. I mean, as far as we know. Obviously, Destler died at the stake, a human. So who were they? Could Destler and Malgrim have recruited untrained peasantry and turned them into a fighting unit capable of defeating the hold? No, that is not a bad question. I guess it might be possible with some powerful or magical or supernatural force. Maybe we still underestimate the Source Stone and its powers. True, or these false Helmites could have had intimate ties with the Old Ones. Maybe they were part of a well-hidden cult, awaiting the rise of the Old Ones. What about the Yuan Ti, Golden? Didn't you speak with the Cyric priest Jared? Or maybe it was someone else who informed me. The journals indicated that she was supported by one with great power, a power that allowed her to defeat Jared and utilize the altar built for Cyric. Perhaps the cultists were Yuan Ti shapeshifters. Might be more plausible, seeing as they were both lizard folk. Golden raised an army of undead, and Destler did just the same. I mean, how many different ways to commit necromancy are there? It could just be a parallel evolution thing. And Destler went to the cult's grounds after you returned with Yuan Ti's heart. It was official duty, but nevertheless, the Yuan Ti's heart wasn't the last thing I brought, though. I did the docks last. He either found the opportunity to raise an army of his own, but... Well, to be fair, though, there's no way the game would know that. Or he might have been working with the Yuan Ti. Or he may have been a Yuan Ti himself. Oh, where does the speculation end? After working under Malgrim and Morag, we may never know what Destler became. It makes sense what they said. The assault on Neverwinter came in stages, and it came from multiple sources. Gears were put in place that Morag had the means to crank them into action. Gears cranking gears. Morag found a servant in Malgrim, but that was only because he unleashed a spell to trigger the stone's defense mechanism. We know the Old Ones were slow to rise from their ruins. Who targeted Destler? And still, where did all these false Helmites come from? That is actually a pretty good question. They may have more answers, Stephen. They would have us join them for a more meaningful discussion. I don't know how we can manage the trip, but you should keep it in mind. Oh, I forgot. You know what they said? There was a lone survivor that made it to the Keep of the Vigilance in Everland, and get this, he was tracked by Old Ones? No, but that's a nice guess. He told those in the Keep of Vigilance that his life had been spared because of a Death Stalker of Baal intervened and struck down a small group of false Helmites that had been following him. Yeah, that is a doozy. I could see a bunch of followers of Cyric wanting revenge on Destler, assuming Destler used some of the cultist journals to help him raise an army of the dead. But a Death Stalker targeting the false Helmites is peculiar, to say the least. Baal, Lord of Murder. We in Neverwinter kept well abreast of his scheme. His plan to rise again was thwarted a few years ago during the final month of Dale Reckoning, 1369. I believe it has even been said that his throne was destroyed. Can any of his remaining servants continue to wield their powers? How would these Death Stalkers manage to retain their strength? Or perhaps they were not Death Stalkers at all. Lars and Hania did acknowledge that the survivor may have seen guardian spirits of Neverwinter Wood, or it could have simply been hallucinating the fiends. Alright. Oh, Aribeth, all this pondering before breakfast isn't easy. My thoughts are still a step slow. Before I forget, you mentioned Lena's home, Everesca. What did they say happened? When they saw I was an elf, they assumed I was a refugee from the city. Alas, it had fallen under attack by creatures known as Faerun. Faerun? I don't know what they are, but if they can wage an assault on Everesca, they would have to be nearly as powerful as the old ones. I've heard very little about these creatures and their powers. If the city has indeed suffered casualties, then the elven mythos must not have been powerful enough to protect the stronghold. I hope other races rallied to aid the city in battle. If the opportunity arose, would you like to travel to Everesca? We could escort Linu back to the city and offer to help out. I've never been to Everesca, and it would ease my heart if we could help. We have much to accomplish here, but we should keep the prospect of traveling with Linu in our minds. Perhaps we can recruit some of the others, like Dalen and Sharwin. It would be kind of cool to see Everesca. Good, we still have much to accomplish here. If I can't clear my name, then I shouldn't be allowed to travel anywhere. This gives me another strong incentive to work hard to try to atone for my terrible deeds. Not that I need any other reason than for the citizens of Neverwinter, or your own peace of mind. Well, we have a month's time to learn about this attack and what we might be able to do. I only hope Linu can be as patient. I do worry that Linu will run off at the first word, though. She must hear the attack. Alright. This is cozy. Let's chat some more. Okay. Lots of time. Here we go. I feel like the Fenthic one is going to annoy me, but let's see. You want to know how I feel about Lord Nasher, do you? Sure, if anyone around here is a legend in his eminence, it's Lord Nasher. With a more serious tone, she pokes you with her finger and runs her hand up your arm, firmly squeezing muscles. Oh, you too, dear. I still can't believe you faced off against Clouth. I thought you were the one that everyone called living legend. At least that's what I remember hearing. So then, from one living legend to another, do you really think Lord Nasher qualifies? It's safe to say that his adventures are legendary. I think I'd also have to ascribe his stubbornness as such. I've noticed that myself. I never knew him personally, so I have no base of comparison, but perhaps the Wailing Death affected him in ways we can't begin to understand. Oh, he's always been pretty much set in his way, for all his accomplishments. I suppose he has come to rely on his steely determination to forge ahead through adversity. Truth be known, I have to thank him for believing in me, despite the concern of others. He did, after all, appoint me to the Neverwinter 9. When he felt that all hope was lost, it was just about impossible for me to convince him that Hadrian had provided us a means to repel Morag. I give credit to Aaron for believing in me and pressuring Nasher to agree to my plans. That does sound like the man. I felt the same way when I pleaded for Fenthic's life to be spared. Aribeth lets out a huff of anger. I was furious. He was so set on appeasing the citizenry. It was giving in to the bloodlust and rage. It made no sense to execute a man for nothing more than negligence. I think the plague brought desperation to the city. I think it reflected in the reaction of the crowds and Nasher's acquiescence. They just wanted to pin all their trauma onto one or two men who they could blame for all of the burning pyres of plague victims. And the call was for equal suffering, the call for Desther to burn at the stake. Fenthic should have been exonerated. I do think he regrets the decision to include Fenthic in the verdict. In fact, I'm sure it weighs heavily on his heart. He confided in me that he made poor choices. He even went as far as suggesting that he should step down. Really? That is surprising. Then perhaps the plague has more influence on everyone who has endured its ravages. It's relieving to hear that he has a change of heart. I don't know if it's an equal comparison, but remember what Morag was capable of doing to you in Port Lass. And the plague was being sustained by all of these false blessings. What did those do to Nasher or Fenthic? Yeah, that's not a bad question. You're right. I never received a false blessing. I would have none of that. Nasher and Fenthic, on the other hand, were highly influential in bringing the Helmites into the city. There's no telling how many false blessings they each received. You have a potentially potent mix fogging up one's head, a disease, a tainted blessing. It is something to consider. This may have been enough to magnify his already stubborn nature. I'll have to see if I can have a talk with the man now that things are relatively more calm. Alright. So tell me, what do you really think of his ponytail? Caught off guard, Aribeth crouched before her ice ring. Ponytail. Oh, well, it's not so bad. It's his mustache that needs trimming. I think he needs his proper suit of armor, too. One more representative of his position. He looks too frumpy with that thing he's wearing now. I think a more regal look would suit him well. Hey, I was only kidding. I don't really care about his ponytail or fashion sense. Okay, maybe a little. But we have more important matters to discuss. Yes, I do care. He wears too many pants. We all do. If you ever want to go shopping for armor or clothing, I'll be more than happy to offer my fashion advice. I think that would be a wonderful time. Alright, so this is cozy. Let's chat some more. Alright. Well, god damn it. There's a lot of these. Alright, Aaron seems to be tough as nails. Aaron, I don't know much about the man. He does seem very capable at what he does. Almost too much so. I felt that he always had my back. He was also open to hearing me out regarding your imprisonment, as well as telling me a considerable amount about his own past. I have to say, he strikes me as a thoughtful guy. His profession does seem to strike a common nerve in each of us. I can't help but wonder what is really going on in his head. Is he trustworthy? I guess so, but I don't know. Your suspicion might be multiplied because he was appointed by Lord Nasher to keep an eye on your actions in Port Last. I think you rather enjoyed your company. What makes you say that? You spoke fondly of your time together in Port Last. If he were to be frank, I almost suspect he would admit to bearing some compassion for you. That may have changed slightly after you fled to the Luskan Tower, but he feels that we all failed you when you were in need. Huh, he really said that. If genuinely spoken, I will have to change my opinion of the spy master. I never thought a man of his profession would be the kind to show much sympathy. Goodness sake. I think I do need to do some tongue twister warm-ups. Okay. My advice would be to trust a man. Don't be afraid to confide in him. He is solid. Well, thank you. I can feel more at ease around Aaron. Alright. Are you sure you feel up to talking about Desther and Fenthic? I still mourn his death. Maybe talking about him will help me understand just what happened between us. Now that I look back upon it, I see we were very different in our ways. When I first met you, I figured you'd be engaged to the prototypical knight in shining armor, someone impossibly difficult to imagine. I suppose I know what you mean to say. But Fenthic was a beautiful and kind soul. We gravitated towards each other, two younger elves in a city of humans. It was easy to find comfort in his companionship, especially when the mostly human citizenry wasn't sure what to make of these young elves. You had someone you could relate with. Yes, we could relate well with each other. We had similar ideals. I looked to him for counsel in the ways of justice. It was like I never left the monastery, as far as learning about Tyr, that is. I don't know if I like this bit, but okay, let me run this by you. You head off to a brand new city, leaving your past behind, and you come to find that Fenthic is a reflection of your past. That's something that draws you closer to him? Perhaps. No longer a ranger, I sold many of my belongings. I became a paladin. No matter how hard I tried to convince myself to leave the past behind, I still needed it in my heart. It's only natural. Lord Nasher commissioned an artist to paint portraits of his staff, and even there, I'm dual-wielding swords. No matter how much I said I wanted to leave the past behind, it shows up in this painting. When I came on the scene, I didn't see harmony between you and Fenthic. I heard you both sing praises to each other, but I didn't see the chemistry of those words take hold. In fact, I saw the opposite. I don't know what I think about this. I don't really like... I was just praising the first module in the series for not bad-mouthing Fenthic too much. I get annoyed by things where they feel like they've got to put down the rival, so to speak. Like, Fenthic doesn't even need that. He's dead. He's not going to come between you and Aribeth. So there's no real need to dismiss that relationship. You did arrive when there was much stress in our relationship. Our beliefs clashed. Again, I think the more I spoke well of our relationship, the stronger it would be. I wasn't comfortable with the feeling that our early friendship was deteriorating. That's why at first I couldn't see how you and Fenthic would have come together. Now that we've talked about, I can see how important he was to you. Alright, okay. Well, let's see where you're going with this, Mod. I'll give you a shot. There was a time when his kindness and friendship, his important to me, became romance. We were both very young, and I would probably call it a youthful naivety. You're still very young. Chalk it up as a lesson in love. And I do love him still. I will never forget the dear man. He means so much to me. I realized that we weren't the romantic pair that we professed. Yes, I'm still very young for an elf, and I'm with someone who I love dearly, my knight in shining armor. God damn it. I'm also gonna die like 400 years before you. You know that, right? Oh well. I can't tell you how delighted I am to know that I can be the one to sweep you off your feet, Aribeth. I can tenderly kiss Aribeth. Well now. Stephen, do you think Dester really had a hold over Fenthic? I know it has been discussed by some in the Hall of Justice. I was so upset by our disagreements that I don't think I viewed him with objectivity. It's highly possible that Fenthic was under some kind of spell. Even if he weren't, he still had such strong faith in Helm and Tyr. Something blinded him to the possibility that Dester was a scoundrel. And he wasn't the only one who was blinded so. That's why I wonder if these false blessings altered their mind in some way. We should seek out the Hans and Lani in Helm's hold. If these false blessings were affecting everyone from Lord Nasher to Fenthic, then that might help explain Fenthic's innocence. And it might help in explaining your story. It might be why so many citizens are blinded with rage. The true nature of these blessings needs to be determined. That brings us some hope. Alright, so let's chat some more. Down the list. Okay, I was going to tell her about Ashira. I've been meaning to tell you about my peculiar acquaintance with your veritable twin Ashira and the strange vision I had just after I returned from the Source Stone. My twin? Perhaps you're one of those strange visions you just mentioned. I don't think anyone knows what happens to a person when they travel into a Source Stone. At least I'm not aware of such precedent. Nor am I. They're able to teach you a lot of things at the Academy. But adventures in Sourcestone travel is not one of them. That is true. Are you sure? I thought that course followed the Trinkets and Baubles aplenty. Useful or useless course. Trinkets and Baubles aplenty. Has anyone ever passed that one? You have a point there. So this Ashira claimed to be from another world, Sahaladar. She said that Morag was planning to invade many realms, and her world had suffered severe losses to the old ones. That's terrible. Aye, she made it seem like her party was their only remaining hope, and that she was the only one to have made it into the inner sanctum of the Source Stone. Her comrades, they perished? That is what she said. Aribeth, she was your twin. She looked exactly like you. It could have been only a way of defining the appearance of another. Oh, fucking hell. Sorry. Is that a bed I'm standing on? I am standing on a bed. I am naked standing on a bed with my girlfriend, who is fully clothed. Did you come in at a bad time? Possibly. Possibly you have. But that's okay. This is getting kinky up in the shit. It could only have been your way of defining the appearance of another ally. Who knows what the trip into the stone does to one's perceptions? Could it have been you? I mean, actually part of your essence? You were under Morag's spell, and you were connected to the stone through her esoteric powers. I remember now, yes. While I was imprisoned in Castle Never, I offered supplications to Tyr. I pleaded to him to help me give you strength. And when I first arrived back to Faerun, I collapsed under a heavy weight in my mind. I saw a vision of you praying to Tyr. I know. This is Ashira, and I'm talking to her about her soul twin orgy. Actually, the better part was there was a little interlude right before this, and for some reason, the little animation of Aribeth turned into another little animation of my character, so it looked like it was going into a real kinky cavalcade right there. Alright. This Ashira might have been a twin soul, or she might have been Tyr's answer to my prayer. Or both. I don't think we could truly know the full extent of Morag's plan. Perhaps there are twin souls out there. If you don't mind, I prefer to think of Ashira as you, a representation of your unblemished righteousness there to strengthen my resolve. That is beautiful, Stephen. I saw more. For a split second I saw Tyr and the Morag. Then came the cacophony of wild magic within your cell. I felt that such strong emotions I knew immediately that something terrible had happened to you. Could it be we share a connection? I've been wondering about that. We both have been strangely affected by the stone. I lost my powers, you've been changed. The stone magic's wildly coming undone. I don't know what to think. I wouldn't discount the possibility. We've both been gaining back our abilities with ease. There might be lingering energies within us that can establish a connection in moments of stress, such as when we're fighting. It might help us in battle, but we're probably too preoccupied to notice the effect. We should be mindful of any peculiar feelings. Let us be mindful then, and never hesitate to pose a question regarding any such sensation. This is too important to keep bottled up. All right. Going down the list. I am very nearly done, I think. Okay. What did I think about you? Boy, what didn't I think? Hello, Reshke. I'm naked and in bed again. Yep, that's these modules for you. We're actually standing on top of a bed like fucking barbarians, but okay. Now don't be shy, Stephen. Didn't you chatter with your classmates at the academy? The guards and teachers all tell me about the new recruits wanting to sweep me off my feet. Once the wine starts flowing, graduation ceremonies can quickly become tedious ordeals of spurning several rambling, incoherent advances. Based on some of the characters I met, I can certainly imagine that you'd be shooing them like flies. Just in the rogue chambers, seems that they were there just so that they might try to cop a feel. And this dwarven brute, it seemed everyone wanted to impress you. Am I a racist? Goodness, I don't... Alright, well, speciesist, sorry. You wouldn't know the half of it, Stephen. Some of the most unseemly recruits did try to make their move on the dance floor. I've received many a pinch on the rump. It became much worse, only because the standards for entry were lessened as the plague wore on. There we go. Well, you personally sent me a letter, so you must have been scraping the bottom of the barrel. Oh, you rascal. That's not what I meant. One day I was so fed up with the behavior of some of the graduating recruits that I retired to my room and spent an evening in silent meditation. I was an emotional wreck, and I prayed to Tyr for guidance and strength. The next morning I saw your name on a piece of paper and felt the urge to compose a letter. You know the rest. When the delivery boy told me he had a personal letter from Aribeth de Tilmarand, I thought it was a joke, or just a formal copy of your template. But you wrote it, didn't you? It was ink from your pen. Sometimes you can tell that Stephen's like 18. Yes, indeed it was. I felt it needed to be written. I thought the form letter was too sterile, and maybe that's why we were bringing in such poor candidates. I decided maybe the personal touch was what was needed, so I wrote yours just to see what would transpire. Oh my gosh, this is a lot of dialogue. It was a touching letter. I still have it at my home. How'd it go? Why would you... Oh yeah, I do. Okay. Dear Stephen Lioness, I have been placed in charge by Lord Nasher Alagandar to seek out suitable candidates to join the ranks of the Academy. The plague has brought the city to its knees, and the quality of recent candidates has taken a turn for the worse. Maybe they can read out loud, though. Times are indeed desperate, and we need you. We need you to make a pledge of service to the city, lest all fall to this ravenous disease. Please bring your noble heart to the entrance of the Academy and present this letter to whomever is in charge of directing the line of hopeful candidates. You may present this letter to gain direct entry into the training academy. Yours in service, Aribeth de Tilmarand. You have it in memory. Impressive. Well, it's not word for word, but it's close. Are you sure it didn't come with a promise of a dance with the lady herself pending graduation? You're still pining for that dance, are you? You wouldn't have wanted to dance then. There were too many goblin carcasses strewn about the floor, remember? There was a foul odor in the air. Yeah, those darn goblins and mages. Alright, I think we should head back to Neverwinter. With a rumbly stomach. Okay. Oh, goodness. Aribeth chuckles at the rumbling and begins to rub your belly with the palm of your hand. Oh, my. I can try to stem the rising tide of passion. I can reach up and run my fingers through her silky hair. And I can close my eyes, lie my head back into my pillow, and remain silent. You know, I kind of buy Stephen as a pillow princess. I do. Aribeth tilts her head and places kisses around your belly, which grumbles. I might fast for the day if it means my grumpy tummy will receive this kind of tender loving care. And I think to myself, I can't believe I just said grumpy tummy. I agree with you, Stephen. That was sad. That was very sad. You're a fucking dork. Alright. Oh, well, we can't have you fasting, so it looks like I'll have to stop. Coyly imply future romance. You know what? I think I would like to try to listen to your tummy grumble one of these days. It seems fascinating. Oh, man. Oh, you rascal. I think she's hungry too. Time for breakfast. No, wait. Oh, well, I guess we should get some breakfast before we leave. Very well. I'm going to go downstairs and see if Anana needs any help. Perhaps I can prepare some breakfast before we return to Castle Never. Oh, could you bring down my gear for me? It's in the closet. Oh, great. I'm going to have to carry all her shit. Okay. Give me a few minutes to get ready and I'll be down shortly. You're about to open your arms to let Aribeth go downstairs, but you stop yourself. Aribeth, I love you. I love you too. Come, let's greet the day. Of course. That was long. Alright, let's find my clothes. Such as they are. Nude scene. Nude scene, zoom in. This is a good angle for the crotch. Where are my crap? There we go. Alright. Let's see. Cape. Invisible. Boots. Also invisible, I guess. Pencilless armor.
Oh, someone give me a hand. This is too much to carry.
Greater gloves of discipline. Sort of flaming whatsits. Belt. And penis extension. What else do I need? Oh, goodness. Okay. Where would I put the other shit? My girlfriend's ring. Ring of whatsits. Amulet of whatsits. Okay, that seems to cover everything of my junk. Now let's go find the girlfriend's gear. Which I have to carry down like a pack mule, because of course I do. I suppose I don't really mind. Alright, important. The chest should contain the gear in Aribeth's inventory when you saved her character in Aribeth's revival. If you gave her custom gear that isn't related to this module, or if you stored her character in the CEP version, then the game might freeze. You need the CEP version to play with CEP gear. I should be playing the CEP version. Okay. I'm fairly certain I was playing the CEP. This is the CEP version. This is supposed to be. Alright. Actually, hold on. Hey, move, you little fucker. Okay. Oops, that wasn't actually supposed to be there. Sorry, just a sec. I'm an idiot. That's my crap. Okay. I stole her shit. Alright. Okay. So our ship made it to the next module. That's good, that's good. Alright. Let's see what else there is to loot and or steal. Ah, stop that. Fucking radio menu. Alright. See, now if it helps, I'm clothed again. See? Mostly. Alright. There are a lot of people down here. Who are these people? I don't know what I think about this.
Aid me here! Come
Oh,
to
shit.
my side!
Uh-oh. Girlfriend wants me. What's up?
You just watch yourself. I'm warning you.
Oh.
I'm sorry. It can't be done.
No, Stephen, listen to him. Do not interfere. Aribeth, what's happened? What's going on here? Now, lad, why did you ever let your lady friend out of your sights? What do you want?
Good idea.
Well, now, there's a more welcome tone, seeing as we have the upper hand, and such a lovely catch. Oh, you have my attention. Why don't you release poor Nana? She's just an old woman.
Something that must be said.
Oh shit, did they just kill her? Ah! Nana grabs her chest and collapses to the floor with a thud. Ah, my heart! Old woman, huh? Nice try. She makes a fine hostage at any rate, or a fine shield if need be. Oops. Ah, there we go. Nana grabs her chest and collapses to the floor with a thud. Nana, you bastards, what do you want?
You must speak with me.
You seem like a smart guy. Why don't you guess? If you want gold, I have... Normally we'd agree to a small transaction, but this is a much more interesting catch. Why? What is she worth for you? You mean, besides a likely enormous bounty? I told you, I have gold. Certainly not enough for us, human. Good spotting, Stellar. Spotting? They saw me walking outside the inn, Stephen. I shouldn't have wandered around outside. I'm so sorry. But don't blame yourself. We could have been tracked by anyone at any time. No, you went out of your way to try to keep my identities concealed. I was distracted. I wanted this morning to be memorable. I closed my eyes, hoping to clear my head and smile in spite of myself. It was Aribeth. And so it is for us, too. We have the Lady Aribeth, fallen paladin of Tyr. Just think of the bounty that will be placed on her head. Please, Neverwinter is still in danger. The Source Stone released. Why should we care about that? We are on a mission to save the city, dullard. We won't collect a bounty if the city is destroyed. What? Oh boy, that's a good one. You expect us to believe that? You and Aribeth are going to save the city. You can't even go to a stroll without getting your bum nabbed in a trap. You move your hand to your weapon, but you know Aribeth would die before you could. I don't think so. We're fighter types. I think we could take them. So what do you want from me?
Don't make me do something you'll regret.
That's a reasonable man. You keep the hand off that weapon. Move aside. Aribeth raises his blade to... Ellender raises his blade to Aribeth's throat. No!
No problem.
I had to get your full attention. Now, we're just gonna mosey on out of here, and Aribeth is coming with us. You can keep the old crone. Ta-da! The gang of thugs make their way to the door. I will... Just then you hear a noise from behind. Ka-whap! From out of the shadows, a hidden gang member strikes a blow to your head. You fall to the ground and are momentarily dazed. Where the hell am I running? Okay. Neverwinter City Center. Okay. Ah, here. I can actually see now. Yay. Neverwinter waits, Aribeth. No, please. I can't be seen in Neverwinter. I need time. Time? All you need is a sturdy rope to be strung around your neck. And while you're swinging in the breeze, we'll be counting our reward money. Halt right there. What's going on here? I thought Aribeth was being held prisoner in Castle Never. At ease. Captain Tonin has been expecting this delivery. An unknown messenger tipped off the captain. He verified her absence within the castle. He made a deal with these bounty hunters, and now has the means to oust Lord Nasher. Well, I can't say that sounds like a problem. As well as ridding the land of this cursed elf, Aribeth. Open the gates. Bring her to the main administrative building. Tonin will meet her. Alright. Well, I get to rescue the girlfriend, I guess. That'll be fun. Ah, greetings, Ellender. I see you brought along quite a prize. Yes, Tonin. I promised you the ultimate gift, and here she is. Tonin, please, let me speak to Lord Nasher. He and I can explain. No, Aribeth, I can explain. I intend to rule Neverwinter, and your capture will reveal Lord Nasher's ineptitude before the citizens. Tonin, dear. Or shall I call you my Lord Tonin? Here's the reward money. I'll inform the guards to surround Castle Never while you deal with this pox, Aribeth. Ellender, here's your well-earned reward. You and your friends are most welcome to stay. The city would love to hear from Aribeth's captors firsthand. Captain Toman, if I may, are you not concerned about the hero who saved Neverwinter? That is wise counsel, but the hero can do nothing to change the course that I have set in place. Come then, let us prepare to rid the land of this elven scourge. No, please, you don't understand. Stephen, Lioness. Tyr, someone help me. Ah, look at how we've fallen. We started off in bed, and now there's going to be a scaffolding. Oh, lots of scary lynch mob people. Oh shit. Citizens of Neverwinter, I bring before you Aribeth, the betrayer, scourge of Neverwinter. We owe a debt of gratitude to Ilander and Ilrilia for capturing Aribeth outside the city. We present her to you. We will not tolerate Lord Nasher's incompetence. We will be sure to bring him to justice. Until then, we will happily deliver this blight upon our lands, Aribeth to the 9 hells where she belongs. To the hells with the wretched paladin, ha ha ha, and all sorts of other shouting that I don't have time to read. Oh, well. Apparently. No! Dude. Let the mags feast on a rotting carcass. Ah. I'm alive. Okay. Anana squeezes a rag over your face. Slowly, you begin to regain consciousness. Stephen, hurry, you must wake up. Oh, here, let me help you up. That was a nasty blow. Despite your grogginess, you are aware that Aribeth is in grave danger. Anana, you're alive. Aribeth, where is she? What happened? I must save her. My head still reels from the solid blow. It shows as I struggle to maintain my balance with Anana's help. Anana wipes the cool rag across my forehead. Easy, Stephen. Keep steady. This is a most unfortunate turn of events, and we must move quickly if we're to rescue her. Aribeth is defenseless, and we need to be sure you're capable. I know what's at stake here, and I have to act now. Anana, I can't ask you to aid me in battle. No, but I can help you in other ways. Let me show you. Very well, but please be quick. We mustn't dally. Tiger facts. Yep, facts. Actually, I misread that, so I thought you said tiger facts, which is funny in and of itself. Alright. Is she hitting on me? Nope, just a healer.
I should like to speak with you.
I apologize for... Oh. That's not a old lady. It's Ciari's assistant, Anana, an illusionist by trade. It's a gnome. I apologize for the deception, but an elderly human shape attracts less attention than my true form. Another gnome. Is this why Ciari recommended your inn? Well, it's not exactly our inn. Lord Nasher had sent a small militia to clear out the nearby establishments, and he felt this would be a useful outpost for the time being. An outpost? For Ciari and yourself? Ciari and I must be cautious. We try not to draw attention to ourselves. We try to keep away from the city. He felt that it would be safe for you to spend the night here, and I used the illusion just as a precaution. I'm still the same person who shared a lovely dinner with you two, despite my real appearance. So you are working with Ciari. Yes, she said that. Sometimes you can really see the 10 intelligence. Ciari and I have been working together for many years. While he is in Castle Never, I have to be his eyes and ears outside of the city. My familiar, Pergy, acts as our scout and messenger. And well, we can manage a portal now and then. Could your familiar track down that gang of thugs? I want to follow their tracks, but I could use some help. Pergy's got keen eyes and may well be able to help you, but we'll have to hurry. Pergy should be careful. If those thugs spot him, they'll fill him with arrows. Oh, I thought he was an evil bird, but no. I was wrong. He was a good bird. I should not judge a bird by its feathers. You should be careful too, Stephen. I know you want to run after them now, but you may need some help. Aribeth is still at their mercy. Okay. No, yes, you're right. Without armored protection, Aribeth is defenseless and could easily be killed. You cannot defeat them alone, Stephen. I could use my runestone to teleport back to the castle, but I dare not return to Lord Nasher without Aribeth. If he still doesn't trust her, this may ruin any chance for her to redeem herself in his eyes. She got kidnapped. They're trying to hang her. Okay. Yes, I think we should keep this low-key for now. If any enemy of Lord Nasher learned that Aribeth was loose in the city, it would be a disaster. Aaron could help, if we could send word to him discreetly. Yes, I think that's a good idea. Aaron might be more familiar with the lay of the land. He might also have allies in the field. I will get word to Siri. I can only hope that Aaron's within the castle. Have him tell Aaron to meet me along the high road just outside this inn. I will head outside to try to see which way they were headed. Very well. Pergy will follow that gang and use his invisibility to stay out of sight. Once he finds the thug's hideout, he'll report to you. Thank you, Inanna. Oh, wait here. Take these sugar buns and apples. They were supposed to be for breakfast. I'm sure she'll be hungry. I hope you don't need it. But take this resurrection rod as well. It doesn't have many charges, but it will save a few lives if needed. Ooh, resurrection rod. Great, thanks. See you later. Alright, now I gotta tilt my camera back up. There we go. And talk to people and see what's in the room. Inanna Nival. Aribeth awakens. Oh, what does the journal entry say? Is it very long? It is very long. Alright. Okay. What's in here? Ah, the armoire. One should always look in an armoire. There we go. All right. Okay. Nice gnome lady. All right. Oh. Just close the door on me. There we go. This is taking a while to load. Oh god. I hope it doesn't glitch. Please don't glitch. No. That was long. That was very, very long. It's not loading. Fuck. Come on. Oh dear. Alright. Fuck. Well, I'll give it a little bit more time, and then... I don't really want to go through all those cutscenes again. When did I even save? Did I save? At all? It was all cinematics. I don't know if I've saved in this fucking game. And I'm looking at my clock and going, oh no. I should have saved. Alright, well, I think possibly I'm going to call it an early night because it'll be easier to play this off to get myself caught back up off camera. I don't blame the game. This is the usual thing that, or the module, this is the usual thing that sometimes the game will, well, no, usually it'll load the fucking thing. I don't know. But I do know, I don't want you guys to have to sit through that entire thing again. We can continue on tomorrow, maybe. I'll get us back to this point. Alright. Would that I could commit mild, oh well. Oh well. Okay, so... little earlier end than usual, I think, but probably for the best. Probably for the best. Sometimes modules can be buggy. Sometimes the games can be buggy, and as poor Sile warned me at the beginning of this module, and I did not listen, I should have fucking saved. So that's on me. Sorry about that, guys. So I think I'm going to raid somebody. Does anyone have any suggestions on who would be a good person to raid tonight? Huh. Let's see. Ah, rats. I just did something stupid. 1 second. Alright. Madanim is playing Subnautica. I've played a little Subnautica. It was quite fun. I think maybe we can raid them. I am a squid after all. Alright. Alright, so I'm going to call it quits for the night. Again, sorry about this. I'm going to go see if I can do some debugging and get myself where I was again so that no one has to see the cutscenes 14,000 times. I mean, they're not terrible. I quite had fun with them. But at the same time, yeah. And besides, I do have to get up relatively early in the morning, so this is going to be a kind of shorter stream anyway. Not this short, but nah. Okay, well, you guys have a wonderful night, and I'll see you again soon.